Robin bought 3 books for $18 each, a new shirt for $38.5, and a new vacuum cleaner. Altogether, tax came to $68.78. Robin wrote a check for $210.78. How much did the vacuum cleaner cost before tax? So to approach this one, you should find the total cost of all the other things besides the vacuum and subtract that from this. So you can say that the new vacuum cleaner cost is V. So then 18 times, and this is the final cost since he's paying that much. So you should expect all of them to add to this. So there's 3 books for $18 each. So that's 18 times 3, plus a new shirt for $38.5 and a new vacuum cleaner. And tax comes to this, so you have to add on the tax. And this should sum to $210.78. So now you can solve for the cost of the vacuum, which is V. So you can subtract the other things from it to isolate the variable. So 18 times 3 is going to be $54. And so you can add up all of these. So you subtract all of this from 210.78 to get the cost of the vacuum cleaner, which is what you want. Okay, so you can first subtract 54 from this. So that's going to give you 156.78 minus all of these. And then you can subtract 68.78. That's going to give you 70 or $88.00. And then you can subtract 38.5 to get V, or 88 to get V, or the cost of the vacuum. So 88 minus 38.5 is just going to be, so you can do the math. So this is a 0 since 88 is just 88.0. And 0 minus 5 is 5. And then, well, it's not really 5. You carry the 1 over, and then it's 5. And then you subtract 1 because you carried it over. And then 7 minus 8, you carry the 1 from here to get 17 minus 8. And this becomes 7. So 17 minus 8 is 9. And 7 minus 3 is 4. So the correct answer is $49.5. And that's the answer. So it's C. Tyler's cousin Brian is 5 years older than twice Tyler's age. If Y represents Tyler's age and N represents Brian's age, which equation shows the relationship between Tyler's and Brian's ages? So it says that Brian is 2 years older than twice Tyler's age. Since Tyler's age is Y, then 2Y must be twice Tyler's age. And since it's 5 years older, that means Brian's age is 5 years more than twice Tyler's age. So you would just add 5, and this would equal Brian's age. And since n represents Brian's age, you can just set this equal to n, since n and Brian's age are the same thing. So the correct answer is B. Since, well, that's the matching equation here. Solve the problem. 9 squared minus the square root of 36 plus 14 plus 14 divided by 2 squared. So for this one, you have to remember the order of operations, which goes parentheses, exponents, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So if you do the things in the parentheses first, then you get, this is going to be 14 plus 14 is 28. And then you can do the exponents. So 9 squared is 81. 2 squared is going to be 4. And a square root of something is technically an exponent, but I won't get into that in this video. So the square root of 36 is going to be 6. So 81 minus 6 plus 28 divided by 4. Now you have to do the multiplication or the division. So this is the division part. So 28 divided by 4 is just going to be 7. So this is going to be 81 minus 6 plus 7. So 81 minus 6 is going to be 75, and 75 plus 7 is 82. You could also think about it as these two adds up to 1, and 81 plus 1 is just going to be 82. So the correct answer is C. Hannah, Sarah, and Olivia are measuring the weight of their dogs. Hannah's dog is twice as heavy as Sarah's dog and 5 pounds heavier than Olivia's dog. Olivia's dog weighs 35 pounds. How much does Sarah's dog weigh? So it says that Hannah's dog is 5 pounds heavier than Olivia's dog. So that's going to be Sarah's dog is 35 plus 5 pounds, which is 40 pounds. And so that's Hannah's dog. And it also says that Hannah's dog is twice as heavy as Sarah's dog. So 40 is going to be twice as heavy as Sarah's dog. And 40 divided by 2 is going to be 20. So 20 is Sarah's dog, the weight of Sarah's dog. So the correct answer is D, 20 pounds. Okay, 15. Find the missing numbers to complete the table, then find the value of X. So with these pattern problems, it's best to figure out what you can do to this column to get to this column. So some of the most common things are adding or multiplying. So you can see that 3 3 is going to be 6. So this is plus 3, and 12 plus 36 is going to be 48. So that means that if it's like this, then 10 plus something is going to be this mystery number. So you could see, so it could be the midpoint between 3 and 36, which is just going to be, so you can average them. Get 39 divided by 2 equals, so to get 39 divided by 2 equals 19.5. So you could add 19.5, but you could see that if you just, so the difference between this and this is going to be 16.5 and 16.5. But if you add 16.5 a few more times, then you can see that 10, the difference between these is plus 60. But if you add 19.5 to like get to the next next number, then you can see that the difference between this would not get, between these two would not get 60. So it can't be addition. You could also try multiplication. So 3 goes into 6 2 times, so that's times 2. I'll write it here, times 2. 48 divided by 12 is 4. So that's 12 times 4 is 48. And then 70 divided by 10 is 7. So that's going to be times 7. So if this is times 2 and this is times 4, this would logically be times 3. And so it would go by 1 logically. So this would be times 5, this would be times 6, and this would be times 7. So you can see that this follows a pretty logical pattern. So this would be 15 times 6 equals x. And 15 times 6 is just going to be 90. So the correct answer for x would be 90, which is D. So that's the answer. And to reiterate, the pattern here is just times 2, times 3, times 4, times 5, times 6, times 7. And if you go on, it would just be times 8, times 9, times 10. And a good way to find these patterns is just to find what you can do to this column to get this column. Okay, that's the end of this video. So thanks for watching, and I hope you learned something.